All right, I'm giving a personal update. So this month I have been working on so much. I have chosen to begin keeping a journal to tackle the miserable experience I'm sure most of you can identify with, which is what I like to call the food chatter. The constant anxiety producing thoughts about, should I be eating this? Shouldn't I be eating that? Does it have enough protein? How many calories is that? Constantly thinking about weight, where's my weight? How much is this going to affect my weight? So I have lost a tremendous amount of weight. I have kept it off now since 2012. And that is all the exterior stuff, right? But inside my head, I'm just like you. I struggle with all of these thoughts, what they call intrusive thoughts or anxiety producing thoughts and lower brain thoughts, however you want to identify it. And I know you guys have them too, because it's the thing that constantly just kind of cycles around over and over again, and you worry about things, you have anxiety over things. So this month I decided to really get deep into this, and I have been journaling all of my food thoughts. I have an idea. I want to eat this for breakfast. Then I hear the food thoughts. Oh, Heather, does this have this? How many calories is that? Should you have that now? What if you want to have it later? Just this nonstop barrage of food thoughts. So I've been journaling it, and I've been really seeing consistencies in the voice and around weight. And so on my week of vacation, I have been working on this idea of not tracking calories or anything, which I've done this before and I actually had a lot of success with it. So not tracking calories, giving myself permission to eat when hungry, stop when satisfied, eat what I really want. Every time I hear that food chatter coming into play, just reminding myself it's my lower brain, nothing to listen to. And it was amazing because on vacation I ate out way more than I would ever eat out at home. I was eating out twice per day. And at home I eat out maybe twice per week, which gives me a lot more control over my food, right? And I was eating things I wouldn't normally have. Like I had some really greasy New York style pizza. I had bags of regular potato chips, which I don't usually eat regular potato chips. Bread and butter at quite a few meals, which I would normally never do. Like there's just things I ate that I wouldn't normally eat. But because my guidelines were eat what you want, eat when hungry, stop when satisfied, enjoy the meal, that kind of thing. I came back only 2 pounds heavier than when I left. I was amazed. There are so many trips where the food chatter had kept me in such a prison, if you will, where I was so afraid of some of the things I was going to eat, being out of my element, not having all my kitchen stuff and the control. And it was just really cool for the very first time, and I can't remember ever, to just go on vacation and kind of feel like a normal person, to feel like I could just go with the flow more and I didn't have those anxiety producing thoughts around food. So I am changing up quite a bit, actually. This whole experience, the week of vacation, all this has proven to me that I have changed a lot. I have changed with my taste. There's many times I picked salads just because I wanted a salad, not because I had to have a salad. But it was just one of those cool experiences where I saw a lot of my personal growth in the area of what I wanted to eat and stopping really when satisfied. There was many things I ate on vacation that I thought, oh wow, this sounds delicious, like Italian ice. I love Italian ice, but I got it. It was way sweeter than I ever remembered it being, and I ate about a third of it, and I gave the rest to my kids. Never would have done that in the past. And so I'm changing, and I'm going to change how I handle this moving forward. I found that just learning to hear the food chatter for what it is, the weight obsessive chatter for what it is, and realizing I'm not, out of control like I once was. There was a point in my life where I felt really out of control. I'm going to be, keeping up with my journaling because it's really helping me a lot process through all this stuff. But I'm also sticking with the not tracking calories moving forward, eating when hungry, stopping when satisfied, eating what I really want. And then with the weight, I'm going to probably go to maybe once a week weigh-ins. In the community, we're getting ready to do our no month of scale challenge. So that works out perfect for me for the month of this month to join in on that challenge. But moving forward, I'm not going to be doing daily weigh-ins because that also incites my food chatter brain about, oh, it's up, it's down, it's, it gives it a lot to talk about. And so the week of vacation, obviously, I didn't weigh in. So there was days I felt fluffy and there was days I didn't feel fluffy. But what was cool is realizing those were all just thoughts and feelings. They weren't really real. Like I wasn't gaining 5 or 10 pounds every time I turned around, right? So there was all this food chatter, all this weight obsessive chatter that really I had to kind of parse through. And the longer I went on the week of vacation without weighing, the less the voice was bugging me. And I really noticed that. So just want to share this moving forward. I can still prioritize all my healthy habits. People ask me all the time, Heather, what about my weight? What about my weight? Well, if you nail your habits, if you're eating your protein at every meal, you're having fruits and vegetables, you're making wise choices, eating when you're hungry, stopping when you're satisfied, you're doing all those things, your weight naturally is going to settle in at a lower place than if you were overeating, binge eating, grazing, eating fast food at every meal or whatever it was you were doing. As your habits change, your weight changes, right? So you just want to keep that in mind. The scale is just giving you some feedback. It's not required for this process, but so many people look at that to find validation for what they're doing. So you can actually do all the things and say, wherever my weight ends up is where it ends up. But you don't have to be obsessively watching it every single moment of the day. Do the habits, the weight will change. So anyway, just wanted to give you guys a personal update. Huge growth this last month, actually. I would say hands down, this is probably the most change I feel I've really gone through, aside from last year when I did go with no tracking calories. But even then, I was still dealing with the kind of food chatter, obsessive worry about my weight. This is probably the first time I have felt a lot more mental freedom than I've ever felt before. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. In this process, you're never done. You hear me say this. Proof. I am not done. You are not done. We continue to grow and evolve in this process. Where I am today is not where I was 15 years ago. You have to keep working at it. Over time, your life does change. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.